Welcome back to Season 2 of Sailing Sitka. We are Jay and Kenna, two young Canadians who stepped outside the box of comfort and decided to act on their ambitions of sailing around the world. We first set sail from Victoria, BC, Canada, and have been adventuring around Mexico ever since. In this season, we'll be sailing on, further south and closer towards our dreams of exploring everywhere the sea touches. So sit back, subscribe, and enjoy the ride.
Nice calm morning here in Los Muertos. Just woke up literally like 2 minutes ago. And yeah, we're just gonna slowly get ready here and head that way. 340 miles across to La Cruz. So hopefully once we get out of the lee of this land, we're gonna get a bit more wind because we need to sail. Can't just motor the whole way. Alright guys, well this is our course for the next 3 days.
How I started my morning was killing an earwig on deck. So not the best start to this passage. Got the little bit of the heebie-jeebies, but yeah. I don't know where it came from. We had it once before too, and it's like, I don't want to think too much about it. Yeah, we're off, obviously. Not a lot of wind yet, but we're pretty leeward of this island, so I'm hoping, yeah, we'll see it pipe up here pretty soon. First overnights, 2 overnights, but first overnight since our crossing over from Guaymas to Chivado. So that'll be interesting. Also have all of our offshore equipment, all our bibs and tethers and life jackets and that. So yeah, the whole shabam. It's gonna feel like we were sailing down from Canada again, which is like pretty exciting. It's a gloomy day again today, so hopefully that sun peeks through. Yesterday was just damp and gross and cloudy and cold actually. Hence my sweater. And yeah, anyway, so like Jay said, this is the course for the next 3 days. Open ocean. We're actually pretty excited. It's always so much safer and more comforting when you're out there and you just lose all sight of land. I know to some that might be like, what? But it's true, honestly. And I'm so grateful to have Warren aboard. He's actually just the best and he makes light of every situation. He's incredible. I'm happy to have him on board. Now it was time to set the pole as we were beginning to sail downwind. Typically, we have to set the GoPro up on the Dodger and time-lapse this whole process. But with an extra set of hands aboard, Warren offered to film for us while we raised the pole on the port side of Sitka. While he was filming, he mentioned that we looked like a well-oiled machine, knowing exactly what to do and when to do it. Looking back at these videos, it makes me proud of the teamwork both Jay and I have when operating together. Sailing offshore can be tough work, but when done right according to how your vessel is ran, and in the right sea state or conditions, it can be very much enjoyable.
We just basically set the pole on the port side. Now we got the main sheeted out completely on the starboard side, and now we're about to bring the Genoa out fully, so she'll be like a butterfly.
I never get to be like this because I'm always holding the camera.
Yeah, now you be a butterfly too.
Yay!
Yeah, so it took what, like 2 minutes? I don't know, 2-3 minutes.
You two are a well-oiled machine.
Woo! Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Warren's getting good shots. Pirate special. What are we going? Oh, okay, that's not bad.
4 knots, 4 and a 1. It's only gonna pick up though, right? So At least we're going on course wing on wing. This is like, Sitka loves that course, so, and the wind vane loves that course too. So it's perfect. No complaints. No complaints. All right, just a little bit of cooking with Jay at sea here. A little rolling. Warren is on watch right now. Anna's napping. And I'm making some crepes. All right, we are currently sailing at 7 to 8 knots. And wing on wing. And what do we have on the line, my love? Mahi mahi! Yeah, we were just we had the cedar plug on, and we've just been catching like skipjack after skipjack. Now, like maybe we should switch that lure. And now we put a pink coochie on, which you can tell it's a Mahi. Look at the green color! Yeah, given to us by the saltiest fisherman in Eureka, California. Shout out to Nate if you're watching.
Yeah.
Look at this salty gaff. You know there's stories in here.
Boys needed the real muscles on this boat.
It's actually a decent size. You watch out.
Got him? Nice. Oh, she's pretty. The men filleted the mahi-mahi into reasonable sections for us to enjoy later tonight for dinner. Warren expressed how excited he was to be a part of this journey, and we expressed back how grateful we were to have an extra pair of hands as well as another salty soul aboard Sitka.
That's why I need a handle that fits in.
We had about 20 knots in the steering here, a little overpowered by the main and rounding up too much, so Big Daddy Safari's putting in a reed on the mainsail to balance us out.
How's that clue? Good?
Oh no, stop now, I see. We're on the spreader, we're on the upper. That's already a lot better.
.8, almost 8 knots with a reef in the main and reef in the Jenny. So. It's funny because we were worried that we weren't going to have enough wind today. not really the issue. It's about to be sunset. It's the 21st of December, so it's like the shortest day of the year. Gonna have a little sunset here on that side. We're just at the point of the Baja there. That's Cabo's over there, and then it's Pacific Ocean unobstructed until you hit the South Pacific there. At night.
reef.
No, well, throw a reef in the Genoa and a reef in the main again.
Won't legally slip.
Double reefed in the main and double reefed in the Genoa.
Building pretty good going into night shift here. Solid 22, 23 knots coming in. Getting dark. Just calling for a second reef. Prudent. Beauty sail today though. Wow, that's a nice air. We've only got about 3 seconds, maybe 4 between the swells, so we're getting kicked around pretty good on the stern.
Alright guys, morning of day 2 here at sea, on our way to La Cruz, and winds died down quite a bit. If you remember, last night we had 2 reefs in the main and 3 reefs in the Genoa, and now we're back to full main, full Jenny, and we're only making like 3 knots on a beam reach in sloppy seas. Seas have calmed down quite a bit, but hopefully the wind comes back a little bit. And some birds left some presents on the solar panels. There's these 2 birds last night that kept trying to land, and I guess they couldn't, so they're like, let's just shit all over Sitka. Beautiful sunrise. We left the pole rigged because it was pretty boisterous still. And also it's nice to keep up, because if we need it, we can just drive the Genoa and then we're back to wing on wing. But right now we're on the right course, so we were kind of pointing, well, we're kind of going too much downwind last night, like going up too far to the south and not enough easting, but still good course. That might be the bird that shit all over the boat. But we were making good progress, good time in a southeasterly course, so that was perfect. Plus those waves were like too steep and short to want to go beam 2. But right now the sea has pretty much flattened.
All right, so the wind has completely died. It's been completely dead for the last, I don't know, 5-6 hours, probably more than that. So Jay is going to be transferring fuel in at the moment. Some diesel for Sitka.
We've already motored like 2 hours the first day to Pichilingue, then 10 hours from Pichilingue to Los Muertos. And then yesterday we motored another 4 hours, and then today we're already at, I don't know, like 6 hours. And we still got, if there's no wind, which might, like kind of what was kind of predicted, we might be motoring for another 36 hours. So, and right now it's calm. That doesn't mean that later it won't be wavy, and so it's the best time to transfer fuel.
All right, well, the wind has found us once again. Hopefully it's not teasing us this time and it'll stick around. We're gonna be putting the sails up here shortly, but right now Jay is down below cooking that damn good fish we caught. So let's go see what he's doing.
You have me, and I have you. That's enough to paint lonesome black and blue. Yeah, I have you, and you have me. That puts a bow up in the sky that tells the rain to cease. We've had up, and we've had down. We've had warm nights, and we've gone round and round. What I know, this much is true. There ain't a color in the rainbow that shines like you.
Join us next week while we complete our third leg of this crossing and finally arrive to the mainland of Mexico. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Sailing Sitka. Stick around for more to come. If you enjoyed, please spread the love and let us know. Special thank you to our Patreon members for making these videos possible, as well as helping our dreams come true. See you all next week.